really good at losing weight because I've done it a few times in my life. My most successful being in 2017 when I lost about 20 kilograms through a mixture of intermittent fasting and a very, very strict no-fun diet where I removed flour, sugar, coffee. Yeah, my friend called it the no-fun diet because I just literally removed everything fun about eating. I'm very good at losing weight, but I'm really bad at maintaining it. I think 40 years of trying have kind of proved that. So recently I decided to sit down and reflect and say, okay, this cannot go on. I can't keep losing a bunch of weight and then gaining it back again. Why don't I sit down, be a scientist and figure out what went wrong each time? Mistake number one was I don't weigh regularly. I have this fear of weighing myself. I think any chronic dieter would share my fear. I hate looking at the number on the scale because that number on the scale could ruin my day or make me really happy for that day. But because I don't weigh myself, I don't notice my weight creeping up. I don't have a way of knowing when to stop my bad habits. I mean, if we've all had that stressful time where we just decide to emotionally eat, I tend to go on and on and on and don't even realize. And I tend to gain weight very, very fast. I'm very carb sensitive. All it takes is a couple of pieces of loaves of bread or stuff like that, and I gain a lot of weight. Mistake number two is not being consistent. Okay, so not being consistent meaning that not having a plan, that a way of eating that I can repeat, judiciously and stuff like that. I practice intermittent fasting, and I think it's good to vary your fasting periods, but I didn't really exactly follow it. I just sort of like, oh, I don't feel like fasting today, I don't fast. After a while, the number of fasting days decreased, and I found myself, eating at a larger and larger window. I didn't follow a plan which my body would benefit from. So I eat a lot of junk food, a lot of bread, which I know is like kryptonite to me. I can't take much bread. I was also not consistent with my exercise. Some days I exercise, some days I didn't. Mistake number three was all or nothing. I felt that if I wasn't perfect in my diet or my exercise, I might as well just give up and just be whatever. So I go from this strict to really not strict. I binge, and that's a mistake. I tell myself, even though I have a way of eating now, I don't have to be super perfect with it. As long as I can stick to it, the plan, 80% of the time, right? Four, not tracking. I hate tracking. I really, really hate tracking. Tracking means, tracking your weight, tracking how you feel during a diet. So as a result, I always feel like I don't really know where I'm at in the diet. Am I improving or am I not improving? Is my current strategy working? I just winged it most of the time. So by tracking how you're doing in your diet, with your diet, and whether the current strategy works, you can tweak it. For example, follow this method for 1 week and you see whether it works. If it works, good. If it doesn't work, what can you tweak? You can't improve something that you don't measure or you track. So that's my experience. How about you? Do you have any problems maintaining your weight? What made you successful to maintaining your weight? Okay, see you.